That is just going to keep going forever, isn't it? Okay. All right. I guess we're starting. No, that just does not sound right. Let's see. Oh, it's because I had all those things open? Just on my end? My audio somewhere? All right, let's see here. So, okay, so let's see. We're just going to start working on today's daily render then. Right, so let's see. I'm done. Delete that. Today, I have no idea what we're going to do. Probably something different. So, let's see. Oh, I know. Right, so I'm going to grab sphere. And then, let's see here. This. I'm actually supposed to be streaming on Watch Me Work at the same time. So I have no idea how Watch Me Work works. But yeah, it's supposed to pair you with an artist, I guess. I keep saying you are next in line to be paired. So I guess there's no other artist to pair with me, or nobody wants to play with me, maybe something. I don't know. So I'm just gonna work on today's daily render. For those of you who don't know, I tried to do a render every day this year in Houdini, because I'm trying to learn this program. Still very much trying to learn this program, Houdini, and I've been trying to learn it for this past year. And so sorry, I guess I tripped. So yeah, I've been trying to learn every. So my strategy for it was to watch a tutorial and do a render every day. So we're actually reaching the end of the year now. So I think I'm on day. What is today? Today is going to be day 3. It's gonna be 355. I believe. So day 355. Yeah. So after this, after day, I'm 10 more days. And then I think I'm done. Anyway, so today, let's see. So I'm gonna drop a sphere down here and change that sphere into polygons and just up the frequency to, I don't know, something. And basically what I'm going to do is I am going to you can't even. I don't think this captures this screen capture captures my menus when I go through my menus like that, because I've got a tab menu here. So like, what if I put it here? It still doesn't work. What if I bring it on here? It still doesn't work. That's tough, guys. Sorry. Let's see if I can fix that, because I'd like to show it to you in context of what I'm doing. So you need to kind of see those menus and tabs and stuff when they come up. So I'm going to, let's see. I'm going to do this. Try and do this. I don't think I do this. Screen share. Turn off. And then that sucks. Yeah, that's not fun though. Damn, that sucks. Don't let me do it. I will. Shit. So yeah, so then here. That really sucks. All right. Well, with the setup I have it today, I can't, which kind of sucks. So if I keep doing this, I'll figure out a better way to do it. But for now, whenever I make a menu and stuff like that, and I hit tab, I'll try to say that that's what I'm doing. All right. Let's see here. So I got a sphere. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have that sphere come, another instance of the sphere going in and out. So let's see. What I'm going to do is I hit tab, and I'm going to transform node. So transform. So I'm going to place that there, and then I'm going to turn this into there. That. And I'm going to scale this one down to about there. But also, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, on translate, I'm going to go make a sign function here, because I want to keep just bobbing, or it's going to be left and right, so bobbing left and right. Oh, let's go, actually, you know what? Let's go with the y. So on the y, I'm going to use a sign function and times that by $f, which is the frame, times it by, if I times this here, it's going to be the amount that it goes by, or is that the speed that it goes by? I totally forget. Let me go take a look at my notes. I think it's the amount. That's the speed. It's the speed difference. Sorry. And then the radius is the, okay. So let's go by 2. Let's make it 2. And then the amount, so times by speed. So if I do that and I press play, that, and that. Keep going back and forth. All right. The amounts, yeah, so I didn't want to go that far. And we're going to press this button over here to have it play back in real time. And let's increase speed to like 4. And now it's going to speed to 7. All right. In relation to this thing, though, it's going to. All right. Let's just do that. And let's copy. Copies are going to make a. You know what? Let's copy in there. What do I want to do? I'm going to do this. I'm going to. Let's copy. Yeah. And just put that in there. Wait, do I need to have another instance of this? I know. So let's do that. All right, so I'm gonna have a bunch of those guys in there, and does that work? Let's see. Let's copy in there, and I'm going to make this add input. And I'm just totally doing random stuff, guys. Let's see. Now let's just go with those one first, just for the copy and transform. Do that. Do this, and let me copy. We'll do like, I don't know, 6, rotate them by 30. Do that. Yeah, at least that going on. Let's do more. Like 60. No more than that too. You know what? I mean, just start doing some random stuff. Some random numbers in there. Yeah, we'll get something going. On that. I think like 24 of them. All right, cool. And you know what? Yeah, let's do the same thing. Let's just put a sign function in this too, just for the heck of it. So $f. So I'm going to do a sign function of $f, which is the frame, and then times it by, what is that? I keep forgetting the speed. So I just make the speed 2, and then the amount. 90. Look at that. That's just weird. And maybe I'm gonna turn on the speed a little bit. So like that. Now they're just like pumping in and out like that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can work with that. That's pretty cool. And so because of that, let's just copy that function and paste it here in y. But just switch it up, make cosine function and times it by times it by point. Let's make this 0.3. 0.3. That's gonna be times 90. Whoa. Did I freeze? Huh. Might have froze things, guys. Hold on. That sucks. Am I even still streaming? Don't crap out on me. That's not a really hard thing that I just asked you to do. Better than that. You're better than that. Oh, maybe I just turn it. Oh, yeah, that's all right. It's all right. It's fine. So by 90, it's minus 5, and so let's get it in this, and I'm gonna offset. So let's offset it by something that keeps It makes sense. I don't know. I mean, that looks cool. I like it. So we're gonna do that. So it's got some random things going on there. Let's say this. So I had the idea because I think it was Justin Dikaus. I don't know how to pronounce his last name without some. I might butcher it. So, but I met Justin for the first time last night at the LA Houdini user group. I've talked to him on Instagram before, and he actually pointed out something that that I was teaching about, that I was trying to explain in my presentation. And I always had that term. I just made up a term for something in my head, and he pointed out that when you say it out loud, it sounds like something completely different and completely horrible. And the concept was that when I do these Houdini daily renders, I do them so often, because I do them every day, that it gets me past using, like, I quickly acclimate myself into learning how to use the program. And I get past, where is what and searching for things on these programs. And, the user interface on these programs, it's called the graphic user interface on these programs. So it's also called, it's abbreviated GUI, like Gooey. And, doing these daily renders, I quickly get over that obstacle of having the GUI get in my way. And, like how Wednesday is Hump Day in a week. So like I would call it the Gooey Hump. And he pointed out to me that when you say that out loud, it sounds horrible. And I really need to get a new name for it. But I think I'm going to just keep the name. The funny thing is, like, I didn't even realize that until he pointed it out. And then I just realized this morning when I was remembering him telling me about that I was talking to a bunch of high school students about 3D graphics and doing 3D and doing everydays. And I used the term there too. I was just telling them that. I said, I call it the Gooey Hump, and I do this and blah, blah, blah. And it was a bunch of high school students. And I totally did not even get that. I don't know if they picked it up, but yeah. But yeah, I'm just going to keep the name when I call it that. So today's render, all that to say, today's render is going to be called, make a directory. You can't actually see this part. So, but anyways, I'm just saving this out and making a directory. So today is day 355. I'm going to call it the Gooey. I'm going to spell it like gooey, not the GUI. The Gooey Hump. Let's call it the Gooey Hump. Yeah. All right. Awesome. And hit accept. And then I'm going to save that out. Save that file. Yeah. Okay. So that's the Gooey Hump. All right. Cool. So that's it. So now, what I kind of want to do is I kind of want to randomize these spheres a little bit. So in order to randomize these spheres, I'm going to grab an attribute randomize. Randomize. And it's going to randomize the colors, which actually is pretty cool, but I'm not going to go there. I'm going to actually randomize the p-scale. Great. That should, that did not work. Why did that not work? I don't want to any, damn it, because I'm using a transform. I'm not going on to any points, actually. So that doesn't look that way. Let's see. I could see, but the copy, copy would go to copy stamp. So I can get around that. This might actually this might actually look nice with them all the same size. So maybe I won't even change it. If I were to have to change it and use that attribute randomize to do it, I would have to have the copy go into points. So if you're familiar with what a copy does, like if I use the copy stamp instead, then I could bring the spheres into and plug it into here and then copy them off of points on this one. So and then from there, if I use the attribute randomize to randomize the p-scale at the time, it would work. Sure, let's show you that. Yeah, it's fine. So all you gotta do is grab this, put that onto here. I think it'll work this way. If it doesn't, we'll go back to having. I kind of want it all the same size now. Now that I think about it, but let's just show you this way to do it. So I just grab all that same stuff and put it onto there. And this time around, let's see, I'm into there, and I'm actually just going to make a bunch of points in the same spot, or around the same spot. The way I can do that is, let's see, that's an easy way to do that. I'm just going to transform on this sphere, transform it to something very, very small, like 0.01. I don't know, I could probably make it 0. And then that has a lot of points though. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna scatter on the sphere. So there's just like 1,000 points, like in that one spot right there. But I'm not getting 1,000. How many did we make? 24 of them. So I'm just gonna scatter 24 points onto that and put a copy on there. And then so if I did that, is that even right? I did that onto. Am I even doing this correctly? No. So what is it? This? Oh, wait. It does not seem correct to me. Why does that not seem correct? Does that not seem correct? Oh yeah, see, like that was correct. Oh, because they were all in the same spot? Because they were all in the same spot. That's not right either. It's not rotating that much. It's not supposed to rotate that much. I honestly, not figuring this out correctly. But what if I did an actual randomizer? I'm overriding something. Because if I did number of copies and I did 1, and did it with this. Transform using template attributes. Yeah, it's not working out correctly, guys. I'm only like halfway through this stream. It's like 26 minutes in. So for today, let's just do this. Sorry about that. So that's actually looking pretty cool. I like it. And yeah, I like it. So I'm gonna do that. Save that out. And I tend to do this a lot, but I just leave this stuff on the side. And maybe I want to try to use it again later or something. Come back to it one day. So if I do that and then I have to template this out so I can see how much it's pumping out of this thing. So as I usually do, I am a V2B from Polygons whore. So I take V2B from Polygons. Have this, and so probably not going to be able to do this in real time, but I'm going to use this and take these and turn them into V2B from Polygons. That's going to turn these guys into V2Bs, and I need a finer resolution than that, so let's make it 0.1. That is really, really detailed, so let's just do 0.2. Yeah, that's fine. Right, so let's get to a better place. Let's do not that much. Yay, okay. And so we can actually, let me just make this a little bit smaller. Each one a little bit smaller. Okay. Okay. I'm going to one of these, and this original sphere is also going to be a V2B from Polygons, and it's going to make sure that it grabs the resolution from here, the voxel size, and ports it into here, so it's always the same voxel size, I believe. Yeah. So now that this voxel size is grayed out, it's because it's getting the voxel size input from here. And because the resolution is at 0.02, we're starting to get these polygons, and I really don't want to like up-res the frequency here. Just the fact that I don't know, I just don't need that many polygons for the V2B from Polygons to be calculating, I guess. So I'm just going to put a stop on here. Smooth V2B smooth SDF. All right. So you put a V2B smooth SDF on there, and it smooths it out a little bit. We're starting to get some geometry from. Oh, I don't need to see this anymore. So I'm going to turn this template off. So that's more of a smooth sphere there. Okay. And then the tried and true technique that I always use and I always default on. So I love this stuff, but here we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to need a, so we're going to have these spheres cut out from these, you can't see it, from this sphere, and wherever they are jutting out of this thing, Here, let me just do that again and show you this. So it's kind of representative of it like this. And wherever they're jutting out from here, there's going to be a little lip around it. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, and it's a really simple technique, but that's what we're going to do today. Let's see. So we're going to do that, and I'm going to turn that template back off. All I need to do is we're going to use a let's see. Do is sorry, I was looking at something else today. Just got some tweets coming in. BDB smooth SDF, and we're gonna need to reshape. So BDB reshape. So I'm gonna put one on here, and what that does is it's gonna expand it a little bit, and I also want to expand this one as well, right? That one's gonna expand too. But the amount I expanded by, I also want this one to expand by the same amount. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna right click on this offset and copy parameter. And then I'm going to right click on this one, and I'm going to, this really sucks because you can't see the dialog box when I right click, but I'm going to tell you then, so you just put paste relative reference. So when you hit that, then you get, then it just takes the information from this one. So just make it links it together. And then, so you've got the reshapes here, and you've got the original VDBs here, basically. And what you're going to need to do is get a combine, so VDB combine. And you can actually, because I've done this so many damn times, I'm going to tell you right now, you actually need 3 of them. All right. And you're going to keep, it's easier if you recognize it with the thing that you want to cut out the shapes from on the left, and the thing that you're going to use to make the indents and what's going to have the lip around it is going to be on the right. So helps out that way. All right. So we're going to combine these 2 guys together, and it's going to be a intersect. So you intersect them. So it was where these 2 guys intersected, right? So it's where this one intersected with this one, and you basically just get that, right? And this is, remember now, this is the version that's kind of bigger because we use the VDB reshape on that. So you do that and import that into here, and this guy is actually going to union. So you're going to kind of, it's kind of like Booleans where you kind of union this stuff, VDB combined. It's really cool. But they're doing it with volumes, which is actually cool. So you're going to union it with the original before you resized it bigger, because the reshape is the thing that made it bigger. So then you get that, and all you got to do is use a VDB union instead of intersect. So what that does is you see how you kind of, with the original before it got fatter, you get this, right? And then the final one is you grab the outcome of this, and you minus the original before you got fatter, the original balls. So you're going to use a SDF difference, and check it out. So you get the cutout of that with a little lip around it. And if you want to change the amount of that lip, then and it'll change both of them at the same time. You've already done that. You can just increase this thing, so you can get like a fatter lip. So let's get a fatter lip, and I like that. Okay, we're gonna do that, and then oops, and then because we're gonna do that, we're going to smooth it out a little bit. So you can do a smooth. You can do a smooth. If this is polygons, you can smooth out this way, but I'm going to smooth out the VDB, the SDF, the SDFs that we have out of it. So I'm going to smooth it this way, and it smooths it out just a little bit there. So we get that kind of a look. All right, and then from there you can do a convert, because we're still working in volume VDB volumes. So we're going to do a convert VDB, and that convert VDB is going to convert it back into polygons. So we're going to convert it back into polygons. Look at that. And now they're polygons. And we're going to grab the same one, and we're going to use it, and we're going to convert the spheres. Actually, see, what we did was with the spheres was we turned them into VDBs, and then we could turn them back into polygons and stuff, but we already have them as polygons, so we actually don't really need to do that. Sometimes I do turn them back into polygons from the VDBs, but we actually don't need to do that this time because we already have them as polygons up here. So I'm going to grab this guy just so that I can have it a little bit more easier to work with here. I'm just grab that and pull that down by holding Option or Alt. You do that if you grab this, and then you have nowhere to put it, but you just need a placeholder node, blank node like that. You just hold Option or Alt. I can get it. You can just click anywhere. You can just get one of those. All right. So I'm going to do that, and so this is already converted into this. And so if I merge them together right now, I can see kind of what it looks like. This one, and I merge this one. you get that too. So you get a little bit of that action going on there. And because of the way that, kind of set this up, kind of do this. They come in and out, and then do that. Go in. And the thing is, you don't see them when they go in, so the animation's still going, but they're on the inside right now. And if I offset them, maybe you get that. But at the same time, today, I think what we're going to do is I'm going to show you guys also the fact that I use the deprecated SSS to get my looks on the render side. So I think we'll actually still be able to see them when they go underneath the surface. So let's do that. So I don't know if you'd necessarily call this the gooey hump. Other than the fact they're kind of like undulating and going in. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Also, I kind of want that lip to be a little bit fatter. So we've already made that, so we can just adjust it with this. So let's make it like 60. Do that. And maybe we even just make this bigger. So we transform these guys. This is when they, so let's transform that to let's make it like 4 or 5. I think those are too big. I kind of like that. I kind of like that. What happens if you get an idea of doing other things? This is going to be a little long stream if I do it that way. What happens if I BDB from polygons it that way too? Oh, you know what? Let's just do it really simply. Let's try to do it simply, so it doesn't get too complex. I don't want to go too complex with this. So, but I just want to make it a little bit cooler, and let's do some like weird Inception stuff. And it's not going to be totally Inception, but we're just going to go over the exact same thing that we did, and I'm just going to do it really fast. So, let's grab all of these. I don't know, it's going to move every single frame though. I really can't do that. What happens if I do that? I'm copying it, and I'm copying it as a transform, right? But let's see here. Let's make a. Let's see. What if I make a create reference copy? So I make a reference copy that's doing the exact same thing, and on that I do a scatter of each of the balls. But I'm not going to put 1,000 points. Maybe like just like 7 points. Okay, and okay, and then on that, so we're going to do that, and we're going to get a bunch of that. Okay, and so we're going to go copy. We're going to use copy points. So copy onto those points. Oh, we could have just used this earlier. Actually, we could have done the same thing with this. All right, anyway, copy on the points, and we're going to use a smaller version of the spheres. So we're going to put this, import this into here, and import that into there. But the spheres are going to be really, really small. So we're going to do that, and it's going to be like that. Yay! And then so we get smaller balls on there. But they're not moving every frame, right? Are they? They might be moving every single frame. Oh, they're not that bad, I think. I think they're moving because the spheres are moving. It's not because the scatter is going all over the place. Yeah, I can do that. All right. So we got even more spheres that are scattered from the original spheres. And so from there, what we're going to do is we're going to get another VDB from polygons from those. But we're gonna use this one and make a copy of it. So I'm gonna hold options and just make a copy of it and put it here because it's still porting the reference of what this voxel size is into this second port over here. So I don't have to worry about that. And then we're going to put that there. Do that and get this, right? So we get that, and we already have the VDB from polygons from this guy. Right? So what we can do is we can do the same thing. So we have a VDB from polygons. The thing that we want to cut out from and the thing that we want to have the lip around, just like before, we do the same thing. So we can make them fatter. So we're going to make a VDB reshape kind of a thing. You know, I could probably do this with, there's probably gurus out there that could probably have done this with like for each loop or just like for loop or something and just kept incepting all these into them, but I'm just going to do it twice anyway. So Sorry to all those guys out there that are like, if they watch this and they're like, you're so inefficient in the way that you're doing stuff. So let's just copy parameters like I did before, and this guy's supposed to go in there. And do a paste relative reference like I did before. So I'm pasting the same thing, so they're kind of referencing each other over there and stuff like that. So I've got the ones that are fat, and yeah, so these guys are fat. And remember the same thing that we did here. I'm going to do a VDB combine. And like I said before, you need 3 of them. So the 3 of them, line them up this way, okay, like this. This one's going to combine this way, which that, and it's going to be a intersection. So yeah, see, remember we get those intersections and stuff like that. And then this one is going to come union with the original before that fat. So that's back here. These nodes are getting crazy, which is usually how I do this. But just to make it a little bit cleaner for you guys, I'm going to hit Shift S. So we get them a little bit. This doesn't make them that much cleaner, but it makes it a little bit cleaner. So, so this guy is now grabbing that, and we're going to make it a union with it. So unions it back, you remember that stuff, and then we're going to have to subtract the original before that fat, the original shape. So we're going to subtract. So it's going to be SDF difference. The difference is going to pump that out. And so now these guys also have little holes in them too. And so if we get another VDB convert and convert that back into polygons, that's going to look like that. And I don't like the way the lip looks on these, so I'm going to make this a little bit fatter, and hopefully the lip looks a little better. So 3, yeah, that lip looks okay, I guess. Maybe we can smooth it out, because we didn't smooth this one out. This one, so if I smooth it before it reaches there, that's okay. The smooth is a little bit too strong, so I'm going to just turn it down to like 2 iterations maybe. Yeah, we get that. And so then from there, so if we add this onto here, and we no longer need this guy, because this was the original. We don't need this original anymore since we're replacing it with that. Let's delete that. And the problem with this now is that it's using the original sphere to cut out these things, which is not what I want. So you see how this lip is not affecting this and making more of a lip? That's because this final output here, this SDF, should actually now port into here, which is crazy. Is that what we're supposed to be doing? I think so. So if we do that, let's see if that works. Or well, first of all, let's save so I don't break Houdini. And then let's do that and pump that into. No, it's already a VDB from polygons, so I don't need to remake it a VDB from polygons. So what I need to do is, let's put that right there. I need to port that into here. I also need to port that into here. Now that that's done, yeah, you see how, yeah, it's doing that. There's another problem in that I also want to have these balls in here, and they're not working that way. So what I mean by that is, check this out. So we have a VDB for the balls here, right? So I need to get a VDB combine again. Combine needs to be a union, and it needs to combine these guys before they got fat here. And I need to intersect that with this whole thing that's pulling out over here. So it's going to go into here. And then these guys are going to port into here instead. Now that that's correct, let's just move this here so we can actually see it. Now that that's correct, it's just weird. So let's just do this now. Yeah, that's what we're doing. If we take a look at it now, you see how the balls are actually pushing that lip as well. So you're getting, it's pushing that lip. Because now, if we grab these, let's see, what do we do? Let's grab these spheres, these are the spheres, and also put them into the merge. Put them all together. Get this. Okay, and I don't want it to be that big. So I love how things are procedural. Let's save before I break Houdini. And let's bring these guys a little bit smaller. So I'm going to make that, put that back down to the updates, and they're smaller now. So kind of like that. You lose the actual circles cutting into spheres cutting into each other on this, but I don't know. I kind of like the way that it looks. It's a little bit weird. I don't know. Things got weird fast. And I mean, would you call that a gooey hump? I don't know why I'm sticking with that. Oops. Sorry. I pressed it on. Okay. So I don't know why I so intent on keeping it that way, but yeah, that's how that looks. And it started breaking through. The point where it breaks through, there's so much going on here now that I can't play this in real time, so I'm just have to wait. I'm gonna have to put it on good faith that the render's gonna come out looking nice. Or I could do like a file cache, but I just don't have the time for it right now, guys. So let me do that. Yeah, they keep coming out and doing weird things. All right. Damn, we're like at 45 minutes already. So from there, I'm just gonna do a real quick thing about the whole rendering situation. So I've got the merge here, and I'm just gonna do that as a final, where the final render is gonna come out. So I'm just toss materials on before they hit. Materials there, materials there, and I'm tossing the materials there. So this guy is the these guys are the small balls. And then this guy is the big ball. I'm gonna do that. All right, and then I'm just going to, right here, I'm just gonna make a material network. And dive into there. Oops, sorry, not material network. Net. Dive into there, and save. And I'm gonna go with classic. Use classic all the time still. I shouldn't be, but you know, it's just one of these things now. One day when I have more time to experiment, I'll start using more stuff, like the principal shader and stuff like that. This, right now, I just want to make an SSS with a deprecated SSS. So I'm gonna do that. And yeah, this is gonna be the outside, so we can kind of sort of see on the inside. So what I'm gonna do is, let's just make it, I don't know, toothpaste blue. Make toothpaste blue. Oh no, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna make it so it's because it's subsurface scatter. We're gonna do that color, and then we're going to make them shiny. Yeah, shiny. Exceptionally shiny, and here all stuff that I just do all the time for only renders. So then we're gonna use a deprecated SSS because it renders a lot faster, and we're gonna crank that up to 1. Crank up to 1. Even crank the intensity up to 2, and the quality up to like 4 or 5, whatever it is. And color these guys. A lot of times what I do is I use the point color to just help drive this, but today I'm just gonna make it blue. And we're gonna displace it, but not true displacements because we don't want it to calculate, take that long to calculate. So you do a noise displacement. Bring the frequencies down to 5, and the amplitude way down to 0.01, I think, probably good. And that's probably good. Then other than that, let's see, I'm gonna hit save, and I'm gonna go to the material palette because I hardly ever build my own shaders because just that's part of the thing where it would take too long for my daily renders. So what I'm gonna do is some of my favorite ones. I'm gonna take the piano lacquer, maybe the coated metal paint, oxidized steel, and that's probably good. Let's see. And so I'm gonna do that. I'm going to hit L to organize, and H to hone them up. So that's great. And let's see, the coated metal is super red. So let's change that. So since this is going to be like toothpaste blue, let's make this these guys. No, let's make the inside of these guys neon pink. All right, so that's going to be these guys shiny pink on the inside. And these guys, I know what I'm going to do already. I'm just going to make them piano lacquer black. So I'm going to do that. So the big ball is going to be, can't see this dialog, but I'm going to search for the material network that we just created and make that the SSS material. And then the small balls are going to be the piano lacquer. And then, or you know what, not the piano lacquer, let's make it the oxidized steel. Yeah. And then the medium balls are going to be, or no, actually, sorry, that was wrong. So the medium balls are going to be the oxidized steel, and small balls are going to be the coated metal, which is the pink going on there. Okay, real quick, and then we just do that. We're gonna put this. I'm gonna hit Control while we hit the camera, so that the camera appears where we're looking at right now. We can do that. Okay. We're gonna hit lock, so then we dolly in just a little bit to get it to set up in the screen here. Okay, we do that. Since we're rendering with the apprentice version, but we're going for Instagram, it will cut out the center of it anyways, so the watermark actually doesn't get included. And then on top of that, we're going to use a environment light because I just render out a lot of stuff with HDRI. Like all my daily renders, maybe 95% of the time, I only light it with an HDRI. So yeah, so let's go with a grayscale gorilla, modern industrial number 9, because I love the grayscale gorilla HDRIs. So let's try with that, and we'll just fiddle around with it to see. And then we're going to add a render node. So let's see, I'm going to create a mantra PBR render node. And so mantra PBR here, and I don't want to deal with EXRs right now, so I'm just going to make it PNGs real quick. Oops, not ePNG, PNGs. And let's see, we're going to keep this fast, folks. So, or relatively fast. I wish I could just render it out with Redshift right now, but I'm not going to do that for this stream. Because I don't have Redshift on this machine. So we're just going to make it max rate samples onto 4. I'm going to change this reflection limit to like 3 by 2 limit, and the color limit's going to also do that. That's just like the basics that I always do to render out relatively fast. Sampling, I'm going to keep it at 3 by 3, even though that's probably going to give a lot of noise. Maybe I'll just denoise it in After Effects a little bit. And let's test it out. So the render, let's see how fast that's going to render. At 720 by 1280 without a background. Let's see what that looks like. That's not bad. The colors I'm not liking, though. So let's tweak those colors a little bit. Maybe it's because of the toothpaste blue. I don't really like that toothpaste blue. But also, so let's go back into here, go back to the Mixer network. And the coated metal paint, that's maybe I was pushing too far. This. Yeah, I kind of, it's actually nice. Golden, yellow and blue. That can look pretty cool, I guess. Maybe. And how about this, where if instead of that, let's go with the medium balls, what I wanted to make them before, was make them that piano lacquer, so it's like super shiny black. See what that looks like. That looks better, I think. Yeah, maybe we could go with that. My guess is that when they go inside a lot, we're not going to really see too much of them, though. So let's see what that looks like. When they go inside, you're going to be able to still see that they're, oh, this is really out. So when they move all the way on the inside, it's going to look like this. Probably. Right, and you don't really see, well, let's just, let's see it in this, as an actual render. That's actually pretty cool that I got this where they're all on inside the first frame. I can use that as a denoiser pass with video, I think. You know what? Let's see if we change our environment light to something that's more backlit. Or I mean, I could just return it, but let's just go with something else. Let's see what the other options are. Okay, so not that. So we're on the 9 was all right. I like the 9. So modern industrial. These are ones that I use all the time, so they're just like still in the buffer. That's what I do a lot of times because I just don't have the time to go over all of them and get the right one. So super lazy, but it's how I do stuff sometimes. So let's see. Ew. It's too bright. Maybe if I put that to the back, that might look good. So 2, but if I rotate it to the back, it's not good. Metal sometimes looks good, but probably not with SSS. So metal pack. 11, say. That might look cool. Maybe we'll come back to 11. I don't know. 20 usually is a really good backlit one. I don't know about that. Let's go back to 2. Let's try that. Well, let's try 8 on this one. Let's try 8. Yeah. Maybe if we turn it to the back. So 2 is actually super bright lit, right? And if we transform that and probably percent to the back, so maybe like not 180, but 160. So that does it's too far. So minus 16. Far enough. So now it's from the back. I don't know. Oh, that's super backlit. Super backlit. So like when we do this, what does that look like? Not that big of a fan of it. Let's see what happens. Maybe I'm not a big fan of all that. Remember what we originally had? We originally had, I think it was like 9. That looked okay. Oh, but that was her looking good. I don't know. Okay. Give her a better chance. Yeah, let's try that. Maybe I need to get a better chance. Or this guy's in the back. That. Sorry, no, not 2. Let's go with 9. And then also need to transform so that I need to look at that. And I'm going to the back again. Bring up to the back. So like backlit sort of. Then we get this kind of thing going on here. Let's see what that looks like in an actual. Doesn't look that great there, but once it gets to the edges, maybe that SSS is really coming through. I mean, not so much. Yes and no. Maybe sort of. So hold a snapshot of that, and let's go back a little bit. This is the one where I think I had it on set on the 3. Is it 2? 2 on the back. Yeah. And you get some of this look here. No, I really liked how that looks right here. Certain parts of it actually looks pretty cool. You know, maybe I do like this one better. Yeah, look at that. Like that. All right, and it looks super noisy, and it is. I'm gonna try to do a neat video, kind of smooth it out a little bit, get a little bit less noisy. So I think I can go with this. That's fine. Yeah. Spend way too much time on this as it is right now. We're almost hitting an hour. So let's do that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to hit save, and I'm going to turn off this render. And I'm going to go to the out and go to the render node. And I'm going to say render frame range. I'm probably not going to render out all 240, but I'll have it go as far as it can go. So we'll start. We'll start the render. Let's see. Let's save. Start the render right now. I have never done a stream like this, so Mantra or Houdini might be rendering out and might lock up Mantra. I mean, it might lock up my computer. It's just doing so much stuff. But anyways, so that's it. That's the render, right? And the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it into After Effects. I don't know if the stream is going to support me also opening up After Effects and having Houdini rendering in the background while broadcasting, while trying to do the whole After Effects pass and then rendering it out and stuff like that. So maybe I'll try to save that for another day, I guess. Because the After Effects pass, like that, I do that, and that's like the second nature for me. I do that all the time, and I do that every time. So with that, maybe I'll just call the stream quits for today. It's not like anybody was really watching. You can, hopefully some people watch this afterwards. So that's it for today's one, and then I'm just going to run through After Effects after it renders. Probably like, I don't have that much time today, so I was just going to have it render for maybe like, I don't know, 45 frames, or once it does a couple of cycles of those in and outs, and maybe just do like a reverse on it afterwards. That's what I do, just to get the render out. Yeah, and then toss it through After Effects, put a bunch of flares on it, maybe make a background, maybe use just make a background that's simple, and then that's it. All right, thanks for watching. I don't know if you got anything out of it, but thank you. All right, bye.